Hello, good evening and welcome to the Competitive Edges Daily Current Affairs series. Today is 26th August 2026 daily. We are here to help aspirants of civil services, APPSC Group 1 and 2, UPSC, SSC, RRB, Bank PO exams, Police SI and Constables, Junior and Degree College lecturers. Let's dive straight into the news. Moving on to news related to national. Ahead of Raksha Bandhan, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Shri Yogi Adityanath announced 4 major welfare gifts for 3.54 lakh Rasoiyas, cooks. Background: the initiative aims to improve the socio-economic security and working conditions of school cooks employed under government welfare schemes. Beneficiaries: 3.54 lakh Rasoiyas. Honorarium increased significantly as part of the package. Uniform allowance doubled from previous rates. Health coverage: free cashless health coverage up to 5 lakh rupees. Accidental insurance: 2 lakh rupees accidental insurance cover provided. The Health Minister of Tamil Nadu announced in the Assembly that the state is taking concrete steps to distribute specialized medicine for hemophilia patients. Background: hemophilia is a rare genetic disorder where the blood does not clot properly due to a lack of sufficient blood clotting proteins, clotting factors. Specific medication, emicizumab, is used for treatment. Target group: hemophilia A patients with factor VIII inhibitor antibodies. Forum announcement made by the Health Minister in the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly. Static GK: hemophilia is often called the royal disease because it affected the royal families of Europe, notably Queen Victoria's descendants. The Ahmedabad-Bhagalpur Amrit Bharat Express is scheduled to commence operations from 26th August. Background: the Amrit Bharat Express is a newly introduced category of superfast passenger trains by Indian Railways designed to offer modern amenities at affordable non-air-conditioned fares. Launch date: 26th August. Route: connecting Ahmedabad to Bhagalpur. Train type: non-air-conditioned, Amrit Bharat Express. Coach composition: equipped with both sleeper and general unreserved coaches for long-distance travel. Static GK: Indian Railways is the 4th largest railway network in the world by size, managed under the Ministry of Railways. The Supreme Court of India examined the parameters of the income and wealth test used to determine the other backward classes creamy layer. Background: the creamy layer concept excludes economically advanced individuals among other backward classes from availing reservation benefits originally mandated following the Indra Sahni Judgment, 1992. Core issue: evaluation of income and wealth criteria for the OBC creamy layer. Controversy: examination of the 2004 Department of Personnel and Training letter regarding test implementation. Impact: determines eligibility criteria for government job reservations and educational admissions. Constitutional references: Articles 15, 4, 16, 4 and 340 of the Constitution of India. The Rajasthan High Court took suo motu cognizance of issues concerning Gen Z and Gen Alpha, seeking formal responses from the state government. Background: judicial interventions into modern digital addiction, mental health, and consumer welfare trends among contemporary youth demographics are increasingly being evaluated by constitutional courts. Court: Rajasthan High Court. Departments notified: Health, Education, Public Distribution, and Consumer Affairs. Respondent: State Chief Secretary. Deadline: 8 weeks granted to file a comprehensive response. The Supreme Court's Samadhan Samaroh 2026 successfully concluded with the resolution of over 1,250 cases. Background: special outreach and mediation drives are frequently organized by the judiciary to clear backlog cases and provide swift alternative dispute resolution (ADR) to citizens. Event: Samadhan Samaroh 2026. Total cases resolved: over 1,250. Categories included matrimonial disputes, property disputes, motor accident claims, land acquisition compensation, tax cases, and service and labor disputes. Static GK, Alternative Dispute Resolution, ADR, in India is statutorily backed by the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, 1996 and Lok Adalats under the Legal Services Authorities Act, 1987. The Union Government requested the Supreme Court to exempt the Civil Services Examination, CSE, 2025 and 2026 from the recent OBC Creamy Layer Income Test decision. Background: retroactive implementation of complex judicial verdicts on threshold criteria often triggers cascading administrative challenges and subsequent litigation from past applicants. Exemption sought: Civil Services Examination, CSE, 2025 and 2026. Reason cited: prevention of a cascade of litigation from previous year's candidates across government recruitment boards. Filing authority: Union Government of India. Petitioners in the NETUG protests case approached authorities seeking the reconstitution of the High-Powered Enquiry Committee. Background: high-powered enquiry committees, HPEC, are instituted to investigate systemic lapses, paper leaks, or administrative failures during major national competitive examinations. Examination, NETUG. Demand reconstitution of the High-Powered Enquiry Committee, HPEC. Argument raised: committee allegedly under-equipped to probe actions of highest-level personnel in the Union Executive, Ministry of Home Affairs, Delhi Police, and Rapid Action Force. Clarification: petitioners clarified they are not questioning the personal integrity of individual HPEC members. The Supreme Court of India stated that the right to peaceful protest is constitutionally protected and announced it would hear petitions concerning nationwide examination paper leak protests. Hearing date fixed for 28 July 2026. Petitions involve allegations of police excesses during 20th July Parliament March. Constitutional references: Article 19. 1b of the Constitution of India guarantees the right to assemble peaceably and without arms. The Rapid Action Force General Diary entry revealed authorization of pellet gun use against protesters in Delhi on 20th July. Diary entry registered at Parliament Street Police Station on early hours of 22nd July 2026. Following the incident, equipment like pump-action guns, electric shields, anti-riot guns, and shock batons were withdrawn from personnel at Jantar Mantar. The Supreme Court issued a notice on a plea by Trinamool Congress leader Shri Abhishek Banerjee seeking a time-bound decision on the disqualification of 20 rebel Lok Sabha MPs. Background: the dispute arose after 20 Trinamool Congress Lok Sabha MPs announced their merger with a Tripura-based political outfit, seeking separate recognition. Number of rebel MPs involved: 20. Political outfit involved in merger: National People's Party Tripura-based outfit, NCPI. Constitutional references: 10th Schedule of the Constitution of India, Anti-Defection Law. Civil society groups have strongly opposed the Maharashtra Freedom of Religion Act, 2026, citing threats to constitutional freedoms. Act in question: Maharashtra Freedom of Religion Act, 2026. Key objections: provisions require prior notice, declarations, reporting, and police scrutiny of religious conversions. Constitutional references: Article 25 of the Constitution of India guarantees freedom of conscience and free profession, practice, and propagation of religion. The deadline for completing liquefied petroleum gas connection (eKYC) has been extended to 31st August. Extended deadline: 31st August. Reason for extension: unusually high number of consumers visiting gas agencies. Alternative mode: consumers can complete eKYC through respective company mobile applications. The Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly adopted a resolution seeking exemption from the teachers' eligibility test for specified teachers. Target group for exemption: teachers appointed before 23rd August 2010. Exemption sought from teachers' eligibility test. The Delhi High Court cautioned against using personality rights to suppress caricatures and parodies while granting interim protection to Physics Wallah founder Alakh Pandey. Personality granted protection, Alakh Pandey, founder of Physics Wala. Issue addressed unauthorized use of name, image, and personality attributes for impersonation and monetization. Constitutional references, Article 21 of the Constitution of India, right to privacy and publicity as part of right to life. The Indian government eased medical device rules for outsourced sterilization and added the European Union to stringent regulatory jurisdictions. Background, amendments to the Medical Devices Rules, 2017, aim to streamline regulatory compliance and speed up product approvals. Rules amended, Medical Devices Rules, 2017. Key change, outsourced sterilization rules eased. New inclusion, European Union added to stringent regulatory jurisdictions. The Unified Payments Interface completed 10 years of operation, witnessing an unprecedented surge in transaction volume and value as stated by the Ministry of Finance. Background, launched in 2016 by the National Payments Corporation of India, the UPI revolutionized retail digital payments across the country. Annual transaction volume rose from 1.78 crore in 2016 to 17 to over 24,162 crore in 2025 to 26. The growth represents an almost 13,000-fold increase in transaction volume. Transaction value registered a 4,000-fold rise over the decade. The system is developed and operated by the National Payments Corporation of India. Static GK, National Payments Corporation of India, is an initiative under the Reserve Bank of India and Indian Banks Association. Maharashtra has drafted a new law to establish a strict framework for the registration and regulation of private coaching classes in the state. Background, the initiative addresses growing concerns regarding student mental health, exorbitant fees, and infrastructure standards in commercial coaching institutes. The draft bill mandates compulsory registration of all private coaching centers. It focuses specifically on the mental well-being of students and academic stress. It regulates basic facilities and infrastructure provided by coaching institutes. The legislation aims to curb unregulated commercialization of education. Manipur is awaiting a policy decision from New Delhi regarding the census, while Meitei and Naga groups are vehemently demanding the implementation of the National Register of Citizens first. Background, the state has experienced prolonged ethnic tensions and demographic concerns, leading to intense civil society demands for identity verification mechanisms. Meitei and Naga groups have demanded National Register of Citizens implementation prior to census operations. The Manipur High Court scheduled a hearing on a public interest litigation filed by the Kanglepak Students Association. Central government sources indicated a high-level review of the law and order situation. Green activists and local organizations petitioned the government over flash floods and air pollution caused by stone quarries posing a risk to Assam's upcoming semiconductor plant. Background, semiconductor manufacturing units require extremely sterile, dust-free environments to prevent microscopic damage to silicon wafers during production. The contentious stone quarries and crushers operate within a 5 km radius of the Tata chip plant. The Indian Semiconductor Mission emphasizes complete insulation from microscopic dust. Local petitioners highlighted risks of severe air pollution and localized flash floods. Static GK, Assam's semiconductor facility, is a major strategic project under the India Semiconductor Mission to boost domestic electronics manufacturing. Union Minister Ram Mohan Naidu announced that every pilot will have to undergo mandatory dope testing as the government looks to expand safety protocols. Background, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation oversees aviation safety standards and substance abuse regulations for flight crew in India. Union Minister Ram Mohan Naidu confirmed the policy shift. Existing rules previously mandated dope testing for only 10% of pilots across the network. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation is actively engaging with stakeholders to scale up testing infrastructure. Static GK, Directorate General of Civil Aviation is the statutory body regulating civil aviation in India, headquartered in New Delhi. The Supreme Court sought replies from 20 rebel All India Trinamool Congress members of Parliament on a plea filed by Abhishek Banerjee. Background: anti-defection petitions have been pending before presiding officers, leading to judicial intervention for time-bound resolution. The top court agreed to hear the plea seeking a time-bound decision by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. The petition targets 20 rebel All India Trinamool Congress members of Parliament over disqualification proceedings. The matter tests the judiciary's role in enforcing timelines on anti-defection decisions. Constitutional references: 10th Schedule of the Constitution of India, Anti-Defection Law. Karnataka authorities have issued strict public health warnings against consuming datura, locally known as ummetha pandu, due to severe toxicity. Background: datura plants contain potent alkaloids that affect the central nervous system, causing severe poisoning when ingested accidentally or intentionally. The plant is commonly known as thorn apple in English. It is referred to as ummetha puvvu in Telugu and umthai in Tamil. Ingestion leads to severe neurotoxic symptoms, hallucinations, and potential fatality. The Supreme Court asked the central government to consider devising safeguards to prevent the misuse and commercial exploitation of individual data furnished under statutory mandates like EPFO and ITR. Background: a public interest litigation was filed raising concerns over private entities accessing and commercially exploiting personal data provided to government authorities. Targeted data systems include Employees Provident Fund Organization and income tax returns. The plea highlights risks of private entities accessing statutory data. The Supreme Court directed the Centre to evaluate robust data protection mechanisms. Constitutional references: Article 21 of the Constitution of India, Right to Privacy. The Allahabad High Court dismissed a plea stating that wearing a headscarf is not an essential religious practice and upheld the school's uniform policy. The court noted the petitioner failed to establish the headscarf as an essential religious practice. The judgment reinforces educational institutions' authority regarding uniform policies. The Indian rupee fell 4 paise to 95.74 against the US dollar in early trade due to elevated crude prices and renewed geopolitical tensions. Decline amount: 4 paise. Exchange rate recorded 95.74 against the US dollar. Contributing factors: elevated crude prices, importer dollar demand, and renewed Iran tensions. Market support: Reserve Bank of India intervention limited further losses. Static GK, Headquarters of Reserve Bank of India, Mumbai. Indian stock indices, Sensex and Nifty, slipped, with Sensex dropping nearly 140 points due to rising oil prices and global market weakness. Sensex decline, nearly 140 points. Key triggers: rising global oil prices and renewed US-Iran tensions. The Tamil Nadu Assembly adopted a resolution seeking exemption from the teacher eligibility test for government school teachers appointed before August 2010. Affected teachers: approximately 3,28,701 government school teachers. Cut-off date for appointment: before August 2010. Presented by School Education Minister Shri A. Rajmohan. 7. Telangana police officers have been promoted as Indian Police Service officers on probation. Total officers promoted: 7. List of officers: Ravinder Puligilla, B. Shri Baladevi, V. Arvind Babu, B. Raja Mahendra Naik, B. Sai Shri, I. Pooja, and P. Karunakar. Static GK, capital of Telangana, Hyderabad. Chief Election Commissioner Shri Gyanesh Kumar stated that the electoral roll exercise has drawn global praise and emphasized voter cooperation. Speaker, Chief Election Commissioner Shri Gyanesh Kumar. Focus: familiarizing young electors with India's electoral system, polling and counting processes. Static GK, Headquarters of Election Commission of India, New Delhi. The government of Karnataka suspended the food licenses of e-commerce platforms Amazon and Big Basket over public health and food safety compliance directions. State Karnataka. Targeted platforms Amazon and Big Basket. Reason: public health and food safety compliance. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi hailed 10 years of Unified Payments Interface as a major turning point in digital payments. Background: UPI was launched on 25th August 2016. Launch date: 25th August 2016. Launched by National Payments Corporation of India. Regulatory oversight: Reserve Bank of India. Milestone: completed 10 years of operation. Static GK, Headquarters of National Payments Corporation of India, Mumbai. Civil society groups rejected the Special Intensive Revision draft rolls in Karnataka and announced an Election Commission Chalo protest. Protesters demanded the resignation of the ECI leadership. Chief Election Commissioner of India is Shri Gyanesh Kumar. The revision exercise was alleged to be unscientific and undemocratic. Static GK, the Election Commission of India is a permanent constitutional body established under Article 324 of the Constitution of India. Constitutional references: Article 324 of the Constitution of India. A United Nations committee expressed grave concern over rights violations against scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and Rohingya refugees in India. Target groups: scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and Rohingya refugees. Demands made: urgently address discrimination, hate speech, hate crimes, and ensure accountability. Telangana's foundational literacy and numeracy reforms have received international appreciation and recognition. Focus area: foundational literacy and numeracy education reforms. State involved: Telangana. A study by the Indian Institute of Science revealed that cow gut enzymes possess properties that can effectively fight persistent infection. Institution: Indian Institute of Science. Discovery: cow gut enzymes fight persistent pathogen and infection. Static GK, Indian Institute of Science is located in Bangalore, Karnataka. Amendments to the Sakla Act streamline public servants' financial liability by capping compensatory costs for delayed services. Maximum compensatory cost capped at 500 rupee per application. Objective: streamline financial liability of defaulting public servants for delayed service delivery. Chief Election Commissioner Shri Gyanesh Kumar stated that booth-level officers are the foundational interface between the Election Commission and citizens. Speaker: Chief Election Commissioner Shri Gyanesh Kumar. Target audience: over 500 booth-level officers and 30 booth-level officers supervisors from Uttar Pradesh. Significance: termed as foundational pillars of Indian democracy. The Telangana government has put the Devdula lift irrigation scheme on fast track with a strict 1-year completion target. Special funding released: 2,500 crore rupees. Target completion period: 1 year. Reviewed by Chief Minister Shri Anumula Revant Reddy. Chief Minister Shri Anumula Revant Reddy directed officials to expedite land acquisition for the Musi Rejuvenation Project. Project focus: rejuvenation of the Musi River. Action ordered: expedite land acquisition. Cab drivers have moved the Bombay High Court challenging the mandatory Marathi language requirement for commercial vehicles. Court: Bombay High Court. Petitioners: cab drivers. Issue: mandatory Marathi language requirement. A resolution was moved in the State Assembly exempting teachers who entered service before 2010 from clearing the teacher eligibility test. Cut-off year: 2010. Exemption: teacher eligibility test not required to retain positions for pre-2010 appointees. The Parliamentary Standing Committee recommended that the National Green Tribunal use its powers more proactively on environmental matters. Committee, Department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Law and Personnel. Report title, Review of Functioning of Tribunal System in the Country. Body involved, National Green Tribunal. The Odisha government has earmarked 311 crore rupees to strengthen comprehensive cancer care facilities across the state. Allocation amount, 311 crore rupees. Milestone achieved, over 35,000 chemotherapy cycles administered. Karnataka Food Safety Authorities ordered the suspension of food licenses of online delivery platforms for selling toxic datura fruits and seeds. State, Karnataka. Platforms involved Amazon, Swiggy, Instamart, Big Basket. Substance, toxic datura fruits and seeds. Action, food license suspension and removal of listings. Fast-moving consumer goods companies pushed back against proposed colorful health warning labels on chip, packets and soda during a March meeting with the regulator, FSSAI. Regulator involved FSSAI, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Target items, high-fat, sugar, salt, HFSS, food packets and carbonated beverages. Meeting timeline, March. Static GK, FSSAI functions under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. Union Minister SMT, Shobha Karandalaje requested the Governor to withhold assent to the Karnataka Government Parks, Preservation, Amendment, Bill, 2026. Bill name, Karnataka Government Parks, Preservation, Amendment, Bill, 2026. Date passed Monday, without discussion. Key personality, SMT, Shobha Karandalaje, Union Minister and MP from Bengaluru North. Constitutional references, Article 200 of the Constitution of India empowers the Governor to grant assent, withhold assent, or reserve a bill for the consideration of the President. Former Chief Economic Advisor stated that India can build a $55 trillion economy by 2047 by capitalizing on its young demographic in artificial intelligence. Background, strategic focus on high-barrier frontier industries is viewed as vital for technological self-reliance and high-value export growth. Target economy size, $55 trillion. Target year, 2047. Key sectors, defense manufacturing, dual-use technology transfer, and commercial space tech. Key personality, Sri Subramanian, former International Monetary Fund Executive Director for India and South Asia. The Karnataka Chief Minister requested the Election Commission of India to give adequate time for left-out electors to file claims. Request, extend time for voters facing notices for logical discrepancies. Administrative action, increase the number of electoral registration officers if necessary. Regulator, Election Commission of India. Static GK, Election Commission of India, is an autonomous constitutional body responsible for administering election processes in India under Article 324. Constitutional references, Article 324 of the Constitution of India relates to superintendence, direction, and control of elections vested in an election commission. Ongoing conflicts have complicated logistics and made shipping costlier for Indian exporters, driving up working capital requirements and insurance premiums. Working capital surge increased by approximately 15 to 25%. Insurance premium hike rose drastically from 0.15 to 0.25% to 7.5 to 12.5%. Following notices from the food regulator, Mondelez India and Amway took corrective measures by withdrawing misleading label claims and revising product packaging. Companies involved, Mondelez India and Amway. Action taken, withdrawal of misleading label claims and revision of product packaging. Issuing authority FSSAI. To combat a prevailing rainfall deficit, the Karnataka government announced the commencement of cloud seeding operations within 2 days. Project allocation estimated 27 crore rupees. Timeline: operations to commence within 2 days. Minister in charge, Shri N. Chaluvraisamai. Justice Swarnakanta Sharma of the Delhi High Court granted interim protection to ITC, directing FSSAI not to cancel its license over 100% product claims. High Court, Delhi High Court. Judge Justice Swarnakanta Sharma. Petitioner, ITC. Controversy: use of the term 100% on product packaging. The Karnataka legislature approved a supplementary budget worth 7,042.69 crore rupees, tabled by the Chief Minister, who holds the finance portfolio. Supplementary budget amount: 7,042.69 crore rupees. Tabled by Shri D. K. Shivkumar, Chief Minister and Finance Portfolio Holder. State: Karnataka. The Telangana governor launched the Sunhari Mitti Abhiyan to support turmeric farmers and emphasize that agricultural welfare is fundamental to state and national prosperity. Initiative name: Sunhari Mitti Abhiyan. Target beneficiaries: turmeric farmers. State: Telangana. Static GK: Telangana is one of the leading producers of turmeric in India, with districts like Nizamabad being major cultivation hubs. Researchers at the Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati developed a novel reactor that successfully removes dangerous levels of arsenate and fluoride from groundwater. Background: contamination of groundwater by heavy metals and toxic ions like arsenic and fluorine poses severe health hazards across various regions in India, necessitating cost-effective purification technology. Institution: Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. Technology developed rotating anode electrocoagulation (REC) reactor. Arsenate removal efficiency up to 98.2%. Fluoride removal efficiency up to 91.8%. Delhi Chief Minister SMT Rekha Gupta called for an emergency review meeting following a sharp rise in influenza cases in the national capital. Disease: H1N1 influenza. Reported cases: 3,000 cases. Chief Minister of Delhi, SMT Rekha Gupta. Health Minister of Delhi, Shri Pankaj Kumar Singh. Telangana launched the Indiramma Sewing Machine scheme to economically empower women through the Backward Classes Welfare Department. Scheme name: Indiramma Sewing Machine Scheme. Implementing agency: Telangana Backward Classes Finance Corporation. Parent Department: Backward Classes Welfare Department. Age limit: 18 to 55 years. The central government proposed a nationwide ban on the insecticide carbasulfan due to severe health and environmental risks. Background: carbasulfan is a broad-spectrum carbamate pesticide whose toxic residues accumulate in agricultural produce and water systems, posing risks to non-target organisms and human health. Substance proposed for ban: carbasulfan insecticide. Reason: health and environmental hazards. Directive action: central government urged all state governments to implement the regulatory provisions. Supreme Court Justice Prasanna Varle expressed grave concern over the continuous closure of Marathi medium schools, stating that a fraction of major festival funds could have saved them. Personality: Supreme Court Justice Prasanna Varle. Issue raised: closure of Marathi schools. Context: highlighted fund allocation disparities affecting regional language education. A recent study revealed that India's expanding gig economy has failed to bridge the gender gap, leaving women significantly underrepresented in platform-based labor. Background: the gig economy offers flexible work arrangements which were initially projected to boost female workforce participation, but structural barriers, safety concerns, and digital divides persist. Sector: gig economy. Key finding: low participation rate of women in platform jobs. Implication: hinders national goals for inclusive economic growth and female labor force participation. The Rajasthan High Court issued strict directives banning the sale of junk food near educational institutions to combat rising health issues among Gen Z and Alpha generations. Institution, Rajasthan High Court. Action taken, banned junk food sales near schools. Additional measures, implementation of nutrition committees, surprise school inspections, and protection of foundational learning skills against excessive technology use. Constitutional references. Article 47 of the Constitution of India directs the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living and to improve public health. Union Home Minister Shri Amit Shah urged security agencies to identify and eliminate threats before they escalate, citing geopolitical instability and cyber misinformation. Addressed the need to counter rising radicalization and cyber misinformation campaigns. Emphasized energy and resource insecurity as emerging global challenges. The Public Service Commission chairman has been suspended for the second time by the governor. Suspension executed by the state governor. This marks the second time the chairman faced suspension. Luxembourg-based firm IPC signed an agreement to invest 83,480 crore rupees in an integrated green hydrogen and data center project in Karnataka. Investment amount, 83,480 crore rupees. State, Karnataka. Sectors, integrated, green hydrogen and data center project. Headquarters of investing firm, Luxembourg. The Tamil Nadu Congress Committee President accused the central government of withholding 2,087 crore rupees in Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme funds. Fund amount withheld, 2,087 crore rupees. Scheme Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, MGNREGS. Information source, Right to Information, RTI Act disclosures. Constitutional references, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, 2005. Experts note that market loans or bonds provide immediate cash while creating financial liabilities, distinguishing financing from core revenue. Market loans and bonds create financial liabilities. Financing through debt differs fundamentally from revenue generation. A Supreme Court bench directed the Election Commission to file an affidavit segregating voter inclusion and exclusion appeals ahead of municipal polls. Bench headed by Chief Justice of India Surya Kant directs Election Commission, EC, to segregate exact numbers of inclusion and exclusion appeals. Context: West Bengal municipal polls. Constitutional references. Article 324 of the Constitution of India, Superintendence, Direction and Control of Elections vested in an Election Commission. The Uttar Pradesh Cabinet approved lifelong free bus travel for women aged 60 and above to provide financial relief and commuting independence. Beneficiaries, women aged 60 and above. Benefit, lifelong free bus travel. State, Uttar Pradesh. The deadline for MY Bharat volunteer applications has been extended until 27th August. Extended deadline, 27th August. Portal Initiative, MY Bharat. The government of Maharashtra removed the upper age limit for tribal students seeking admission to government hostels following representations. Target group, tribal students in Maharashtra. Action taken, complete removal of the age limit for hostel admissions. Decision Authority, Government of Maharashtra. The Supreme Court of India agreed to hear a plea seeking a time-bound decision on the disqualification of 20 rebel All India Trinamool Congress members of Parliament under the Anti-Defection Law. Background: the rebel members of Parliament allegedly merged with another entity, while the All India Trinamool Congress Party contends that the move constitutes voluntary abandonment of party membership under the 10th schedule. Number of rebel members of Parliament involved, 20. Political party, All India Trinamool Congress. Legal provision, Anti-Defection Law, 10th schedule of the Constitution of India. Constitutional references, 10th schedule of the Constitution of India. The Allahabad High Court ruled that wearing a headscarf has not been established as an essential religious practice for women in Islam. Court Allahabad High Court. Ruling context: wearing a headscarf is not an essential religious practice under Islam. Observation: lack of factual foundation or material on record to prove exclusion from faith without it. Senior political leaders Shri Mallikarjun Kharge and Shri Rahul Gandhi wrote to the Prime Minister urging a comprehensive and effective caste census questionnaire. Key demand: provide a drop-down list of castes to prevent discrepancies due to linguistic variations. Suggested models: caste surveys conducted previously in Bihar and Telangana. Consultation: urged consultation with domain experts. Civil society groups in Manipur have called for postponing the census to first hold tripartite talks on the National Register of Citizens and citizenship issues. Demand: postpone census and prioritize National Register of Citizens exercise. Base year suggested: 1951 census data to identify original Indian citizens in the state. Core concern: migration from Myanmar. Static GK: Manipur capital is Imphal. National Register of Citizens has been a significant policy exercise particularly implemented in Assam. The Kaveri Water Management Authority directed the government of Karnataka to release water at a specified daily rate for the next fortnight. Issuing body: Kaveri Water Management Authority. State directed: Karnataka. Discharge rate: 9,000 cusecs per day. Duration: next 15 days. Static GK: Kaveri Water Management Authority was established to implement the Kaveri Water Disputes Tribunal Award. The Minister for Industries announced new industrial parks and housing facilities for over 2,500 SIPCOT workers in Tamil Nadu. Location: Gangaikondan SIPCOT Industrial Park. Beneficiaries: more than 2,500 SIPCOT workers. Executing agency: Tamil Nadu Industrial Housing Private Limited. Model: public-private partnership. The Thoothukudi district collector visited the Perungulam tank amid growing public calls to declare it a bird sanctuary. Background: Perungulam is the terminal tank in the Marudur-Kilakkal irrigation system, which is fed by the Thamirabrani river. Location: Perungulam tank, Thoothukudi district. River source: Thamirabrani river. Irrigation system: Marudur-Kilakkal system. Static GK: Thamirabrani river originates from the Agasthyarkudam peak in the Pothigai hills of the Western Ghats in Tamil Nadu. Geological Survey of India scientists are investigating 3 limestone rich blocks in Adilabad district due to high interest from private parties for cement manufacturing. Organization involved: Geological Survey of India. Mineral under investigation: limestone. District involved: Adilabad. Sector: cement manufacturing and mineral exploration. Static GK: Adilabad district is located in the northern region of Telangana and is known for its rich mineral deposits including limestone and coal. A new government corporation has been established for the mining business, accompanied by announcements of stringent steps to curb illegal mining and recycle mineral waste. Initiative: establishment of a dedicated government corporation for mining. Key objective: check illegal mining and formulate new recycling policies. Focus: analyzing latest techniques in mineral waste recycling. The inaugural edition of SpaceFest India is set to bring space, science and pop culture to Mumbai, organized by Nodwin Gaming. Event: SpaceFest India Inaugural Edition. Organizer: Nodwin Gaming. Venue: Nehru Science Centre, Mumbai. State support: Maharashtra government planning to install new permanent exhibits. Static GK: Nehru Science Centre is the largest interactive science centre in India, located in Worli, Mumbai, functioning under the National Council of Science Museums. Tamil Nadu announced its 2026-27 technology roadmap emphasizing artificial intelligence, digital governance, cybersecurity, and deep tech innovation. Timeframe: 2026-27 technology roadmap. Focus areas: artificial intelligence, digital governance, cybersecurity, high-speed connectivity. Goal: deep tech innovation and technology-driven employment. T-Hub has signed a strategic pact with the Indian Army's Central Command to fast-track defense startups through a joint oversight committee. Entities involved: T-Hub and Indian Army's Central Command. Objective: fast-track defense startups. Supervision: Joint Oversight Committee to coordinate engagements. Static GK: T-Hub is located in Hyderabad, Telangana, and is known as India's leading startup incubator. Power demand in Telangana touched a record high of 17,000 megawatt as driven by El Nino conditions, prompting government directions for judicious groundwater usage. Peak power demand reached 17,000 megawatt as in Telangana. Surge attributed to El Nino induced weather patterns. Government directed officials to educate farmers on judicious groundwater utilization. Static GK: capital of Telangana is Hyderabad. The government announced plans for mandatory digital crop registration, which will serve as the basis for future crop procurement operations. Digital crop registration initiated for farmers. Future government crop purchases to rely on registration data. Active participation of farmers emphasized by the department. Due to a sharp rise in urea consumption from 14 lakh tons in 2015 to 16 to 20.7 lakh tons recently, the state urged the centre to rationalize fertilizer prices. Urea consumption increased from 14 lakh tons in 2015 to 16 to 20.7 lakh tons by last year. High subsidies on urea and DAP drove up consumption. State urged the central government to rationalize fertilizer prices. The official notification for renaming Kerala as Kerala was issued following parliamentary approval. Lok Sabha passed the Kerala Alteration of Name Bill on 11th August. Rajya Sabha passed the bill the following day. New official name notified as Kerala. Constitutional references: Article 3 of the Constitution of India regarding the alteration of names of states. Moving on to news related to international. National Security Advisor Shri Ajit Doval met with Chinese Vice President Shri Hajing in Beijing ahead of crucial bilateral border talks. Background: Shri Ajit Doval serves as India's special representative on the India-China boundary question, engaging in structured diplomatic dialogues to resolve ongoing line of actual control friction. Indian delegate, National Security Advisor Shri Ajit Doval. Chinese counterparts, Vice President Shri Hajing and Foreign Minister Shri Wang Yi. Location: Beijing, China. Focus area: India-China boundary question and bilateral stability. Static GK: the post of National Security Advisor in India was established in 1998, with Shri Brijesh Mishra being the first incumbent. Leading Chinese strategic affairs scholar Shri Hu Shixing remarked that structural differences between India and China have not disappeared. Background: bilateral relations continue to grapple with fundamental strategic competition, historical boundary disputes, and geopolitical balancing across South Asia. Scholar Shri Hu Shixing, leading Chinese expert on South Asian affairs. Key observation: focus should shift toward institutionalizing stability rather than expecting dramatic border settlements in the immediate term. Core theme: persistence of structural geopolitical differences. A recent report revealed a 15% decline in Indian students seeking admission to undergraduate courses in the United States of America. Decline rate for Indian undergraduate applicants: 15%. Overall international applicant decline through 1st March, 10%, steepest on record. Report published by Common App, representing over 1,100 institutions. Iran has vowed strong retaliation after the United States Treasury Department widened economic sanctions, targeting multiple individuals and entities. Background: tensions between Washington and Tehran have remained elevated over nuclear policy and regional proxy conflicts. The U.S. Treasury Department announced new sanctions on 60 individuals, entities, and vessels. The sanctioned list notably omitted Chinese financial institutions suspected of facilitating Iranian oil trade. Iran criticized the move as an aggressive escalation of economic warfare. Scientists have warned that planetary conditions are aligning in a manner that pushes the world dangerously close to catastrophic climate events. Background: accumulated greenhouse gas emissions and rising ocean temperatures have severely destabilized traditional weather patterns. Planetary ingredients for massive climatic disturbances have accumulated over recent years. Researchers warn that larger, more severe shocks are imminent if emissions continue unchecked. Global average temperatures continue to breach critical pre-industrial thresholds. The United States formally ended Syria's 47-year-old state sponsor of terrorism designation after completing the mandatory 45-day congressional notification period. Background: Syria was originally added to the list in 1978. Duration of designation: 47 years, since 1978. Action executed by Secretary of State Shri Marco Rubio. Procedure: completed mandatory 45-day congressional notification period. The United Nations and the International Committee of the Red Cross urged nations to establish strict rules on autonomous weapon systems. Organizations: United Nations and International Committee of the Red Cross. Issue: rapid development of killer robot weapons systems outpacing international regulatory frameworks. The United Nations Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination urged India to take stronger protective measures for marginalized communities against violence and hate crimes. Body involved: United Nations Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Key concerns raised: police violence against Bengalis and Dalits, hate crimes against Bengali-speaking Muslims. Target population: scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and religious minorities. Former Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan stated that a loitering munition may have hit the Kirana Hills area during Operation Sindoor. Background: nuclear-related facilities are situated in the Kirana Hills region near Sargodha in Pakistan. Incident occurred during Operation Sindoor. Target area: Kirana Hills near Sargodha, Pakistan. Weapon involved: loitering munition. India and China held high-level talks in Beijing focusing on border delimitation and reinforcing efforts to maintain peace along the border areas. Location of talks: Beijing, China. Key Indian representative involved in diplomatic channels: Shri Ajit Doval. Objective: advance border delimitation and maintain peace and tranquility. Astronauts Anil Menon and Sophie Adityanath successfully conducted a spacewalk outside the International Space Station. Astronauts involved: Anil Menon and Sophie Adityanath. Location: outside the International Space Station. Activity: spacewalk, extravehicular activity. Static GK: the International Space Station orbits at an average altitude of approximately 400 km as above the Earth. India and Vietnam Coast Guards held a high-level bilateral meeting in Chennai to enhance maritime cooperation and security. Venue: Coast Guard Regional Headquarters in Chennai. Indian Delegation Leader Shivmani. Vietnamese Delegation Leader Major General Hung. Focus: bilateral maritime security and cooperation. Static GK: the Indian Coast Guard was formally established on 1 February 1977 by the Coast Guard Act, 1978 of the Parliament of India. Former Chief of Defence Staff Chauhan clarified that loitering munitions intended for Sargodha accidentally hit Pakistan's Kirana Hills after running out of fuel. Event: Operation Sindoor drone incident. Target location intended: Sargodha. Actual impact site: Kirana Hills, 10 kilometers away. Reason: loitering munitions ran out of fuel. The United States proposed a steep fee hike for H-1B cap petitions, raising concerns among small businesses. Proposed H-1B cap petition fee set at $103,265. Small firms identified as the hardest hit by the immigration cost hike. Immigration experts warn of absorption struggles for smaller entities. Iceland initiated discussions and votes regarding the resumption of negotiations to join the European Union. Iceland is already a member of NATO. Participates in the European Union single market via the European Economic Area. Part of the Schengen free travel zone. Moving on to news related to state, Andhra Pradesh. The United States ambassador hosted a business roundtable in Hyderabad to drive bilateral trade and industrial ties. Retired High Court Judge Justice Thallapragada Mallikarjun Rao was sworn in as the Andhra Pradesh Lokayukta. Background: the Lokayukta functions as an anti-corruption ombudsman agency in Indian states to probe grievances against public functionaries. Justice T. Mallikarjuna Rao is a retired High Court judge. He assumed office as the Lokayukta of Andhra Pradesh. The appointment strengthens the state's institutional oversight against administrative corruption. Ministers Shri Nimmala Ramanaidu and Shri Gotakti Ravi Kumar visited Mantralayam to reiterate water security for Rayalaseema as a top priority. Project involved Gundrevula project. Key ministers involved Shri Nimmala Ramanaidu and Shri Gotakti Ravi Kumar. Location of visit Mantralayam. Andhra Pradesh recorded a significant monsoon deficit as 7 low-pressure systems brought only localized rainfall. Monsoon deficit recorded 51.2%. Number of low-pressure systems formed 7. A 5,499-hectare Palmyra Grove plantation is being undertaken to form a natural shield along the Andhra Pradesh coast under the Great Green Wall Initiative. Area covered 5,499 hectares. 3 species used, Palmyra groves. State objective: achieving 50% green cover in Andhra Pradesh. Artificial intelligence-based analytics will be deployed to monitor devotee movement and manage crowd density during the 2027 Godavari Pushkaralu in Andhra Pradesh. Event: Godavari Pushkaralu. Year scheduled: 2027. Technology used: artificial intelligence-based analytics for crowd and density monitoring. Chief Minister directed grand arrangements and advanced technology utilization for Akhanda Godavari Pushkarams. Event: Akhanda Godavari Pushkarams. Focus areas: advanced technology for devotee safety, crowd management, and tourism circuit linking major temples. State: Andhra Pradesh. The Andhra Pradesh Forest Department has collected 13 lakh Palmyra seeds with community participation to create a natural shield along the coast. Seeds collected: 13 lakh Palmyra seeds. Objective: form a natural protective shield along the Andhra coast. Method: community and organizational participation during the Palmyra fruit season. The Andhra Pradesh coalition government announced the rollout of higher education reforms and a job drive, with the third phase focusing on Group 2 vacancies. Background: the state government is systematically filling vacancies across various departments to boost employment and streamline governance. Phase focus: third phase includes Group 2 vacancies. Sectors involved: engineering, endowments, and irrigation departments. State: Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu announced that the long-delayed Veligonda project will be officially inaugurated on 31st August. Background: the Veligonda project aims to provide irrigation and drinking water to drought-prone areas in the Prakasam, Kadpa, and Nellore districts of Andhra Pradesh. Project name: Veligonda Project. Inauguration date: 31st August. Key beneficiary districts: Prakasam, Kadpa, and Nellore. Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu. Examination scandals and competitive accounting of recruitment processes have sparked debates regarding governance transparency in Andhra Pradesh. Focuses on examination scandals and recruitment transparency. relevant to state-level administrative bodies like APPSC. Andhra Pradesh MEPMA and GOMIL have partnered to empower 500 urban self-help group women by establishing millet-based enterprises across Andhra Pradesh. Partners: Andhra Pradesh MEPMA and GOMIL. Target: 500 urban self-help group women. Objective: set up millet-based kiosks, retail outlets and business support. State: Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh State Development Planning Society has emerged as a key driver for the Swarna Andhra at 2047 roadmap under Chief Minister Shri N. Chandrababu Naidu. Guiding Principles: Padi Sutralu, 10 Guiding Principles. Key Agency: Andhra Pradesh State Development Planning Society. Chief Minister Shri N. Chandrababu Naidu. Target Economy: $2.4 trillion by 2047. The Veligonda project is set to provide irrigation, drinking water and economic impetus to the region with a major financial outlay. Project name: Veligonda Project. Financial outlay: 10,200 crore rupees. Core objectives: irrigation and drinking water supply. This is all for now. Let us meet again in the next session of Current Affairs. Until then, test your knowledge by attempting quizzes. If our resources are useful to you and think may benefit your friends, well-wishers and neighborhood, share the links to them. And finally, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss latest updates. Also coming soon on our channel, General Studies series, Arithmetic and Mental Ability series, and Verbal and Non-Verbal Reasoning. Stay tuned.